All right, let me come on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. And we are back, ready to empower families and educate communities. We're logging on a little late, so you guys come on in and let me know where you're chiming in from. We're going to have a little wealth conversation. We have a very special guest on this morning who is very dear to my heart. And she wants to tell you about her story, how, highly educated woman, very smart, very intelligent, and made a decision to replace her income and have been doing really good for a while now. I want to say about close to 2 years, going on 2 years, and everything. So thank you, Linda, for chiming in. Angela for chiming in. Erica, good afternoon, Erica. Kenneth Brown, KJ. Good afternoon. Can you do a watch party? Guys, do a watch party and share it to your feed. We're going to have some good web conversations. We have nothing but space and opportunity now, and how this is a great time for you to start investing in you while you have the space and opportunity to do so. My name is Dr. Kathy Kirkland. For those that don't know, I am a pastor of a church, co-pastor of a church, Simple of Faith. And I've been evangelizing for over 25, 30 years, right at 30 years now. Sometimes I don't want to say 30 years so you won't know how old I am, but hey, I look good for my age. That's all I'm going to say. And when you see Miss Teresa, she looks younger than me. Hey, Dr. Monica. Good morning, Lamar. Good afternoon. It's after lunchtime. Good morning and good afternoon. I appreciate you guys hopping on. Make sure you do your watch party and share it because we have a very special treat for you guys. And you don't want to miss this because Miss Teresa has been empowering families all over the globe. She's doing something that she's always thought about doing, investing in doing, and she's watching her granddaughter. She's a school teacher now too. So she is teaching at the house. So I'm gonna pray. Good morning, Rita. Rita, you said you was gonna get back with me. You got my number and everything. I don't know if you still TUY or if you had PCS, but text me and let me know when you're ready to get started. We have our military on here as well. So I'm gonna bring Miss Teresa on. Miss Teresa Webb out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Hello, hello, Dad.
Hi, can I see the grandbaby? Bring the grandbaby on.
Can't wait to get on.
Hi, cutie.
That's Dr. Kathy.
Hi. You gotta tell what she said. I heard what you said this morning. Thank you so much.
She's like, God now.
That's all right. She's a grandmother, a mother. She's a boss. You hear me? She's an educator in the Forex markets. She's doing a lot of good for a lot of families and communities, and she still have time to be the nana, the Grammy, the grandma, the mama, all the above because her schedule has been made flexible. And I want Miss Teresa to just come on and chime in and just tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Teresa, and how you got started and what Forex has done for you.
I sure will. Thank you, Dr. Kathy. I just want you to know that this is just such a humbling experience. It's just an honor to be in the space with you because what you're doing for families across the globe is just remarkable.
Oh, thank you.
I first met you in my kitchen on my cell phone watching your video. And you are the only person I know who can give a presentation and without a PowerPoint and call people to action. Because here's your presentation, I was ready to get started. And I'm so thankful for James Dews and his mom, Iola Dews, because they're the ones that thought enough of me to share this idea, this wealth strategy with me. Because at that time, I was already retired because I'm a former human resources director in the federal sector. I spent 30 years working as a civilian with the Department of Air Force, and I retired as an HR director with the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Okay.
But at the same time, my dad had taught me at the age of 17, when I first got my first job with the federal sector, that if the money's going out, you got to figure out a way for it to come back in, pay your,
I like that.
pay your tithes, and then pay everybody else. Now, I know I'm talking to a pastor, so it might not be
Yeah.
in order.
And that's why you're so blessed. You put God first before anything and anybody.
So that's what he told me, and that's what I've done throughout my life. I watched him. That's all the education he provided. But I watched him because he was an investor in coins, and he invested the traditional way, you know, certificates of deposits, mutual funds, real estate. I did the same thing he did. But what happened and why I could relate to you so much was when I've lived through several stock market crashes, but the one in 2008 when the housing market plummeted at the same time made me take a look at my portfolio and say, I'm still adding and subtracting. With technology, I need to be multiplying my money. And at that point, I just started praying for something because I was always already in another company, but I was still adding, subtracting. So I was praying for something, and oftentimes I do believe that we're praying for something, and when it comes, we still think that we have to ask God for it. I'm gonna tell you, when I saw this, I knew He had provided, and I went ahead and jumped on board and got started with this idea, and I started trading with you in May. It was 2 years ago, the 1st of May. And I'm gonna tell you, at the end of the month, when I had made the profits that I made, just by not knowing what I'm doing, doing what you said do,
Just copy and paste.
that's it. When I looked at my profits, I just walked down the hallway in my house and started crying because I just knew that God had just given me the something that was just something I couldn't have even thought of. So you know how He just delivers things that's beyond your wildest imagination. Well, multiplying your money like that was beyond my wildest imagination. Thought about, then He gave me an assignment, and the assignment, of course, was to make sure that everybody that you know knows about this, because of the fact the struggle is real, and there is no more, or there's not a reason for anybody to struggle ever again. And that's what I did from that point on, because in the beginning all I wanted to do was trade, but from that moment on I recognized that I had an assignment to share this with everybody so nobody has to struggle. And that's what I've been doing.
I remember getting a phone call from you one night. I guess you had really made a significant dollar amount. And it was like, I think it was like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning. He was like, please, I just need 5 minutes. That's it. I respect your time. And I was so sleepy. I was like, oh, it's Mr. Teresa. I got to call her back. I got to call her. So, and I called you and you began to tell me your testimony and everything. And I was so happy for you. And I was like, and that does something for me because, Dr. Jewel is the one who introduced this to me. And she always pushed me to do better because when I first got started, it was at an inopportune time, just like you. And when the real estate market crashed, my whole world crashed, 401k crashed, so everything. And I had, 4 kids in college and a 4-year-old, and my husband just retired out of the military. And we were living on a half a check for a while. And right when I started doing good with this, of course, he got, I have to correct this because he was like, you make it seem like I didn't provide. You better say something. And it wasn't that he got a contracting job overseas, but he had to work 16-hour days in 120-degree weather, 7 days a week. And it's slavery.
Yes, it is.
He did it to make sure, that, he could provide for us and everything. So that helped right along with, Forex trading at the same time. But it gave us the independence to where he didn't have to go back to work over there. I think he was over there for about a year. And after that year, he didn't have to go back again because we had discovered the power of Forex. And for those that don't know, the foreign exchange market is where you exchange one currency for another currency, and you're pretty much exchanging one economy for another economy. And for me, when I first got started, I found out that this is a biblical principle, and this is what Mr. Luther was talking about. When I first found out, I was broke, busted, and disgusted. And I was frustrated. And I began to pray to God because we was losing everything. And I didn't have it in me to do another 20 years. To work, to build up. And I was still below the poverty line according to my 401k because I had a family of 7. That wasn't enough. That was enough to sustain for a couple of months. But after that, that was it. And so when I prayed about it, God don't say much. You know that, Miss Teresa. 1, 2 words, and you got full revelation of everything that's going on. And what he said was Ecclesiastes 11:1. The Good News Translation states that it is good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. And that you need a minimum of 7 streams of income in order to survive, not 7 jobs. And so I knew then that I was in a man-made company with a God-written skill set I couldn't lose. So, I went from not knowing how to read the charts to being the #1 educator in the company for 8 months in a row, and then doing creating a strategy called the ECC 11 strategy that has been profitable for 2,000. No, for two. Look, I wish ECC 11 was profitable for 2,000 years, but for 2 years in a row, it has a 90 to a 94% win ratio. And when Ms. Teresa came on, she started using that strategy and winning with it. Now, Ms. Teresa, tell them how you have perfected this strategy and you're teaching it.
Yes, indeed. And I just thought, the only thing I was interested in doing was really just making sure that the team profited, because my whole thing is that, oftentimes I may have been involved in something and I thought that everybody could profit from it, but in fact, for whatever reason, they couldn't. And I knew everybody could profit from this because there's a God-written skill set in a man-made system. And the ECC 11 strategy that you created made it so simple to understand. You took something that was complex to me in the beginning and made it simple, as easy as the red line crossing the blue line. Now you can't get any simpler than that, and you can make money. And so, yes, I initially just wanted to talk to Dr. Kathy to make sure that I was doing the right technical analysis as it relates to the profits that I was making, because I didn't want to teach it to my team. And then she said, well, Teresa, you can go ahead and use my Zoom, and we've got a lot of new members, and you can just teach it to everybody in IBCs. And that's what I started doing. And the interesting part about that is that I never thought that, #1, I would even meet you. Okay, #1. #2, to go from not knowing anything about the charts to actually training teams with you.
Sheila Murphy said, and yes, she teaches it so well, picked it up quick from both of us, and she's on your sessions every time you're on.
And just to be able to do that, but because of the fact that you stretched me when you did that was a stretch for me. But what happened was the whole world just like opened up just for our growth. And after I started training teams, then all of a sudden we went to London, and one of our business partners, George Beard, he introduced it to one of his spiritual leaders in London. And as a result of that, 30 people have gotten started.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, by the time I returned home from London, the spiritual leader there was actually a platinum 100.
Look at God. All right.
It just opened the world up. It just seems like, because one of the visions that I had when I first got started with this, I said, this, I want, if I'm going to do this and if I'm going to spread, talk to others about this, one of the things that I ask God that I be able to do is have a global impact. And that's what E.F.E.C 11 has done. It has provided a global impact to people all over the world, from all different backgrounds, from all different cultures. It is impacting and changing lives all over the world. And that's what makes this just so rewarding and just so magnificent.
Never
And
thought.
what you're doing is just unbelievable. It really is. I mean, because I've watched you these last 2 years, and even when you were having your own challenges,
Yeah.
stepped up. You were consistent, and you always cared about everybody else and whether or not they were winning. And
Yeah.
that is your heart. I mean, you do what you do. You're very smart. You are the first African American in this company to create female, to create
Yeah.
a strategy. And this company, I mean, it is mostly men doing this strategy. But you have, I mean, this just trading period. In this trading space, it's mostly men. But you have stepped up as a woman. You have created this strategy, and you have the numbers and the results to substantiate why the fact that you're one of the top educators in this company. So, again, what you're doing is magnificent. You are impacting the world. And I just love the fact that I'm just
Oh,
associated with you.
thank you, Miss Teresa. Also, we have God shed His feed on your watch page, on your watch party on your Facebook page. Also, ECC 11 has picked up so much. We have a Poland team. I taught it to them in Poland. They're now translating it in Poland. I have one in Slovakia. He just came on as an educator. He's doing the ECC 11 in their language. And I think we have a Spanish one that's being done now. I had sent up a couple of videos of them translating it in Spanish. So now ECC 11 has been translated in Spanish. So for those that know that, I'm a pastor evangelist first. So my job was the only thing you do for God is going to last. And if I backed up the strategy with the name, with the scripture, and I could get you to ask me, what is ECC 11? And I tell you Ecclesiastes 11:1, look at the Good News Translation. And when you go look at it, that means I planted a seed. Now somebody else going to come and water, and God is going to get the increase, and your increase is going to start in your house because it's in the word. Miss Teresa, you got so many fans on here. You have one Facebook user that says, I've listened to Miss Teresa Webb's Zoom meetings. I like the way she takes her time and patiently explains things simply on those sessions. Keep up the good work. My sister said, hello, Miss Teresa. Lena said, wow, that's amazing. Karen, I got to get you on. Karen is like the backbone for me when I'm on IML TV. And mindful peace, Dr. Kathy, I found you through the academy, but I feel like I really need your mentor. Okay, all right. So you need my mentorship. I got you. Okay, let's see. I really think I was meant to find you in IML. Lena says, "Amen, Miss Teresa. She loves it." Miss Teresa, you are so famous. They love you. I'm just like, Miss Teresa, if you don't mind, y'all see her picture down here. Miss Teresa is so cool and laid back. I want you to know that anybody could do this. We had Miss Rose on last week. I don't know if you caught Miss Rose.
I did. She was such an inspiration. I really thought I was doing something because tomorrow I'll be 66. But when I saw Miss Rose, I said, oh, I have to step it up. All right.
Miss Rose is 83.
Awesome.
And look, we're doing a flyer. Angela is doing a flyer for me because we're advertising for Miss Rose to get people to sign up under her because she got it. She knows how to do it as well. Miss Rose is 83 and she's trading. And we did a flyer for her says, I'm 83 and I'm trading. Ask me how. Mr. Teresa, you're 66?
I'll be 66 tomorrow. Yes.
Happy birthday, Mr. Teresa. 66 and trading. Yes. So, everybody, tell Miss Teresa happy birthday. She is
Thank
66
you.
and trading. This is awesome. Miguel is on. Miguel is the one that will be translating the ECC 11 strategy in Spanish, trying to get him on as an educator. He's really good. I'm just waiting on the video because we need different times for you to come on. So that would be awesome. We have Monica Board. They're saying happy birthday. Rita saying happy birthday. So there's no excuse. Age don't have anything to do with learning this guide-written skill set. Listen, when this was presented to me in 2006, I missed my season. And then plus back then you had to pay $50,000 to learn this in a weekend. I had the money then, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that. You know, all my money is in real estate. People need a place to stay. I didn't know about the Forex, everything. And then 2 years later, the market crashed. I suffered until 2016. We struggled to 2016. Al Miller is on here. He's getting ready to retire from his job. I'm throwing it out there. He's we struggled for 2016. Al Miller is the one I used to contract with him on post,
Wow.
and we always talked about. I always said to him then, I was like, "Oh, make me $1 million. I'm leaving this job. I ain't gonna keep working this job. I can keep walking this motor pool in this heat. This is crazy. I got on these heavy boots. It's hot. I was flashing at the time, and I was logistics. So while the war was going on, my job was to, maintain the vehicles and the equipment that was left behind. Account for that. And I even went over and took over a 3 course. So I had all of 3 course stuff by myself. And I had to go out there every day. I hated it.
Well,
I loved the money, but I hated it.
Dr. Kathy, when I think about, what I've gone through in my life, people, when I was working, like people, even though they talked about their finances, they didn't talk to me. I had to hear about what people were doing with
Yes.
finances through a petition. And I'm talking about, I mean, it's for everybody, but people that didn't look like me just does not communicate. We just didn't talk about.
No, we didn't. We didn't talk about it.
Didn't talk about
We
finance.
weren't told, so you wasn't told either then. So that's why it didn't get passed on to me.
Absolutely. And I think that the bonus in this is people like you, people who are teaching us how to acquire assets. Because, I love cash flow, but I'm going to tell you, when you can acquire assets, that's when you have continuous cash flow.
Now, tell them what Forex done for you so that you can accumulate these assets.
Yes. As a matter of fact, my first year within Forex, I was able to take the money that I had profited from Forex and invest in not one, but 2 oil well shares. And that's because of the information that Dr. Kathy was able to provide to us. I've also invested in gold bullion. So, when you really look at that and you think about the fact that how you're trading, because I trade more than one account. So therefore, my assets doubled in 1 year.
Wow.
So it is, and then when Dr. Kathy talked about how the banks, this is what they do with our money.
Yes.
So what I did was I went to Investopedia and I read it myself.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I know this is where I'm supposed to be. So when you think about it, your checks go to the bank on a Tuesday. You don't get paid till Friday. Some people don't get paid until 2 weeks later or a month later.
Yep.
Because of you, I have developed a skill set that allows me to wake up every day and know that I can make money if I want to, whether you're on Go Live or not.
You know how to do it on your own. You can do it yourself.
Made me financially free because I don't have to worry about whether or not I have the money to do whatever it is I want to do. All I have to do is trade. A skill set will carry you through. I'm telling you, that's the financial freedom that everybody needs.
It is. Everybody needs it. I have my my good friend Carol Knight. She's on. She does 501(c)s. She do grants and everything. She's done a lot of business for me. She's the one who helped me start this nonprofit organization, empowering families and educating communities. The E.F.E.C project. She's on, and hopefully she'll get to trade in soon. I told her about the opportunity and how we teach others how to trade, how to reinvest, just educating folks. And I plan on taking this a step further, with educating families and empowering, because we're in a great academy. I call it a university because it's known worldwide. It's known in 120 countries, and it is the only educational platform that I know of. There's others out there, but that I know of that I can appreciate because of where the owner come from. He started from nothing, being homeless and struggling just like we were, to working on Wall Street for 25 years and educating them. And, uh, and he brought it to Main Street. He brought it to us, and we could relate to him because we all struggled at the same time. But it's the only educational platform, and I have all my degrees. I have 4 degrees. And the thing is, they taught me to go to school to get a good job. This teaches me how to go to school and make money work for me. So this is how I found out. This is how the rich got wealthy.
Sure.
They know how to make money work for them. We didn't have that opportunity, and it wasn't, given to us, or if it was given to us, it was not affordable for us to join it.
Absolutely.
It wasn't affordable. But this piece right here, this school, this university right here, if I told you what I had to pay for enrollment fees right now, they love me during tax season.
I know they do. And I had looked at it about 10, maybe 15 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And it costs like 5 figures.
Yeah, it was about 5 figures.
To the
5 figures.
to the platform. So that's what I'm saying. The bonus is the wealth community. It really
is.
And that's what I love about it. And I just appreciate so much the way that you and Dr. Jewel, the way you just continue to, not just stretch us, but just with information.
Yeah, it's the lack of information. My good friend, Pastor, I want to say Pastor, but he's not Pastor, Minister Patrick Logan. He said, for anyone trying to obtain financial freedom, education on financial literacy is essential. And Patrick, you need to be traded. All teachers need to be traded in. And I say this because some say you are a pastor, you're a preacher, you're an evangelist, you should not be telling people to do this. Well, I'm doing according to the Bible. 1 Thessalonians 2:9, Paul said that I practice in the Amplified version, I practiced in my trades daily so that I wouldn't be a financial burden unto the people, so that they will freely receive the gospel. Guys, Forex is the gospel. Forex is the gospel. Everybody needs to be in Forex church. Let me put it like that. Everybody needs to be in Forex church. That's it. I want you to share the feed. Get back with the person that invited you to this call. If it was Miss Teresa, hit her up on her website. She is 66 years young and killing the market. Now she owns shares in not one oil well, but 2 oil wells, and buying gold and bullion. She's doing all these things that she has been taught as a child to find them. Now, I like that. I'm going to start saying that. Whatever money goes out for bills, you need to find a way to bring that money right back in the house.
That's right.
She did what her dad said. Miss Teresa, I love you so much. You got to tell what your granddaughter said this morning. That just made my day.
We were, this morning, we were actually, she was asking me, she said, well, Tima, who is the best trader between you and my mommy? And I said, I am. And she said, no. She said, Dr. Kathy is. Because she's trading her strategies. So she's 4 years old. She knows about the money line. She knows
good.
It goes up, she's buying. And when the money line goes down, she's selling. She knows about Bitcoin, and she calls US 30 US. So
Excellent. I love it. I love it. I told you since we became teachers, since I'm a ninth grade teacher again, math class is 4X class.
I
So
know
we
that.
add all that into it.
Yeah.
And Rita said, I need someone to help me get started and patient enough to walk me through. Rita, you have to have the patience to do it. We're on every night, every single night. All you have to do is plug in. Normally, and I'm on Go Live. I'm educating for everybody, and I know you personally, and everything. So, and all those that do know me personally, I don't have a whole lot of time. That's why I have a lot of people working with me. You can sign up with me. It's not like I'm not on those trainings. I'm on all of those because I have. This has helped me. I started with 8 people. Now I have 3,700 people on my team across the board.
That's beautiful.
So it's hard for me to get to 3,700 people because I only have 24 hours in a day and I only do this part time. I only do this 5 days, 5 hours a day. And that's it. So it's kind of hard for me to get to all 37 individually. That's why I recreated myself like Miss Teresa, Shantae, Sheeta, Christian. I have and Nafiz and Pastor Greg and Mincy and all of those. I have created people that outside Camille Westmoreland. She helps and it's a whole bunch of us, but I am on there. I am on there, and we do take the time out to make sure that we build. That's right. It's called Team Legacy across the board. I have Randy, Wanda. They're helping as well. I have so many. Miguel is helping, and if you connect yourself to me, you're connected to the whole team. I'm there to answer questions. I'm there to, help wherever I can. And if you can't get an understanding for any of them, I will make time. I will make time to do it. And they stepped up a lot because last year, we don't know if you know, I had stage 3 cancer and I was working through something. So, but I kept pressing. I kept pressing, kept trying to do as much as I could while I could. But I have a great team that will help any of you that's on there. Do we have to verify in 2 other time frames if the red is above the blue or if the blue taking the trade? You have to you have to verify when you get in the trade. All that's taught on our trainings. I think we have a beginner's class on tonight, and we have a Forex overview that we're going to go over the academy tonight, and then we're going to go right into beginners training. So you'll see it posted on my page. Join us tonight. And Miss Teresa, we slowed down some because we were enrolling so many people at one time. We slowed down some. So Miss Teresa is on this Wednesday, and after that, we're gonna break our Zoom rooms up. We're gonna break it up, and we're gonna have Miss Teresa in one session for those that know how to put in the trade, want to learn the ECC 11. Those that don't know how to put in the trade, those that are a little bit more advanced, I'll be on in the advanced room. And then as you finish each stage, you can just move from Zoom from one room to another room to another room. So that way we can knock this out right away. Al said, this is real, this is fire. Al is on his way to retirement. He started him a retirement account.
Awesome.
And this week that I go live, what time do I go live? This week, every night at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Tuesday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, I'm only on, this is my new schedule next week. Next week, I'm only on Monday nights at 3 a.m. and Tuesday mornings at 9:30 a.m. I'm pulling back some so I can make sure that my health is good and my team is good. So I'll be on 2 times a week on Go Live, and I will be working with my team and getting me some sleep at night. So everybody that's on here, I would like for you to get back with the person that shared the feed. Miss Teresa, I love you so much. I hope you have the best birthday ever, and that you enjoy your day with your family. and happy late Mother's Day. I appreciate you so much.
You. I,
Thank you.
I love you. You know how much I love you.
I know. I love you too. I get my flowers, everything. I don't even have your address. I need that. When I was going through and I was sick, and not just Miss Teresa, but the whole CEO team, Miss Teresa sent flowers, constantly flowers, and they were so beautiful. They would make my day, and it seemed like they came right when I needed it the most. My husband's like, I don't know who this is, but she loves you. Here you go. Yeah, every time I would have a meltdown, I would get some flowers from Miss Teresa. I don't even know if she
Oh,
knew it or not, but she knew I was pressing through, trying to teach and educate while going through stage 3 cancer. Listen, let me tell you something. Life is going to happen. Life is going to happen, and it's going to keep on moving, whether you move with it or not. You can either determine to sit there and wallow in it, or you can get up and you can do something about it. And I got up and I did something about it. So while I still had space and opportunity, and I still had a chance to build a legacy, I pressed through it. You just got to press through it. Just got to press through it. But thank you guys so much for joining us on today. Go get back with the person that invited you. If you saw this on Miss Teresa page, hit her up. And if you saw it on my page, you can go to ibuildlegacies.com and we will respond to you within the next 24 hours. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. Bye, baby.
bye.
Oh, she's so cute.